Hey everyone, we have two big things coming out of Japanese publication Nikkei, who apparently got their hands on information about a Switch Mini and a potential new service or an expansion of current services for the Nintendo Switch Online service that's targeted at core gamers. This is some pretty exciting stuff. Let's get into Nintendo Everything's direct translation, and then we'll look at some alternative viewpoint of this where it might not be a separate service, but let's just dive in. They're taking measures as for what is to come, one of those being a smaller version of the Switch. The company said that they couldn't comment on their plans for the product, but has informed multiple suppliers and game development companies that they intend to release them as early as 2019. According to their affiliates, they are miniaturizing the console with portability and playing outdoors in mind, as well as cutting features to reduce the price and expand the user base. The Switch's monthly online service launched in 2018, and a plan to launch a new service aimed at game enthusiasts willing to pay more sometime in 2019. Now, it's this last point that there's actually a conflicting report on that. Let's get into that. Now, as you can see here, we have a tweet from Steve Bowling, who is an editor at Nintendo Life. He's claiming that there's actually a translation issue with that particular part, that final part of the Nintendo Everything's report, and that is that it says the translation from the Nikkei article actually indicates, based on how he's able to read it, as Nintendo Switch Online will be strengthened by adding new services aimed at pleasing core gamers. Now, in addressing that last point, obviously there could potentially be some exciting things, whether it's a separate service or just new features for the current service. There's a lot of things that core gamers want. We want local voice chat. We want the ability to message people, the ability to set up play sessions with people later. Beyond that, I don't really know what else they could do to make core gamers happy, because a lot of that's just as basic features. So if you're going to argue that you're going to be adding features to the system to make core gamers happy, I would think something beyond the basic. Does this mean we're going to start getting like a Games with Gold idea where they give away some newer games for free? Are we going to get a service that is like Game Pass, potentially? What about Game Pass? I mean, is that coming? So that could potentially make some core gamers happy. So there's a lot of speculation we could do about it, but we don't know any information other than, hey, some new features are coming either through a new service or through a combo service. And yeah, just kind of wait and see what happens. Now, what's interesting about the Switch Mini, again, Switch Mini is a fan creation. We don't know actually what it's going to be called. It might just be called the Switch Lite. That is a term they used to use with the DS Lite. Switch Lite could be a thing. Switch SP, who really knows? But what is interesting is they talk about how they're going to miniaturize the system. So they're going to take it from like this and bring it down to probably something like this. And they're going to be cutting features, which is obviously all of this is going to be aimed at making it cheaper. This features that could be cut are things like the IR camera. Yeah, that'll make games like 1-2 Switch not fully compatible, but whatever. I don't think they're worried about that. They will probably remove, but I don't know if they'll remove HD Rumble. They might keep that in. Maybe they remove the NFC reader. I don't really know. They're going to cut back in some way. One of the main features that might be cut back is having the Joy-Cons actually be a thing and be detachable. They could just be fully attached. Obviously, the system would be compatible with Joy-Cons, I would assume anyways. I don't think they're going to remove the Bluetooth chip. But it'll be interesting to be like, okay, so with the Switch Mini, how do you use it in docked mode? I don't think it's going to come with a dock. It's going to be handheld only, and maybe they release a revised dock that's specific for the Switch Mini. I don't really know what they're thinking, other than this apparently is the thing Nintendo is working on. Now, we're getting this from a very reliable place in Japan that has been like rock solid on this stuff in the past. So it looks like the revision we're getting this year, it's not a Pro. Sorry, Super Metal Dave. Sorry, Review Tech USA. And everyone else that was buying into the whole Pro thing. It looks like we're getting the Mini. And you guys all of you know, that I don't really care about the Mini. I have no interest in the Mini. I'd rather have a Switch Pro. Now, there are still some rumors floating out there that I can't verify right now that there's like a more powerful model in the works, but it's not a 2019 thing. It's something that Nintendo's planning to bring out around the time or shortly after the PlayStation 5 and Xbox 2 hit the market. It's kind of like Nintendo's response to them or so. That's what I'm being told anyways. I can't verify this, so a Switch Pro will probably still be a thing, but it's going to be a ways away. The idea is, I guess, that they want to get out this miniaturized version in time for Pokemon, because if you remember what the Pokemon company said, let's go Pikachu and let's go Eevee, They built that with the intention to play it on your TV, but Pokemon Gen 8 is being built with the intention to be taken with you. And to do that, having a cheaper version of the system that they could sell for maybe $200, no removable Joy-Cons, getting rid of things like the IR camera that won't really be needed since, you only need to use those while they're removable. Stuff like that, I think, is going to make it much more affordable. And it's basically their 3DS replacement. When people kept wondering how they're going to replace their 3DS. Well, I mean, replacing the 3DS with obviously mobile revenue is one way, but also you could literally just have this is a full admittance. Switch now replaces the 3DS. So a Switch Mini is coming for those that want a more pocket-friendly version. That's going to be a thing. And, I might end up picking one up just out of morbid curiosity, maybe do some direct comparisons, maybe open up the Switch Mini, open up the OG Switch, and actually see what differences they made and how they designed the heat pipes. Does it look like they're using different chipsets or whatever the case might be? I'm very excited and very enticed to see what this is, even though it's something I personally don't really care that much for. Maybe if I pick it up, it might be something I do some examining of, and then one of my children gets to get it. Maybe my youngest, my little 3-year-old, little Ollie, maybe that'll be his first Nintendo system of his own. Will be maybe that portable Switch. But it'll be interesting to see what this thing is, what it looks like, what it cuts out, and how they address it being still called a Switch. If it doesn't come with a dock that enables it to switch, or are they going to include a more portable dock that is cheaper than not $90? That's always an option too. It'll be interesting to see how they address the fact that it's being called a Switch without the actual functions of a Switch. That being said, you guys let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Again, this comes from a very reliable place that has nailed this stuff many times over the years. And when Nikkei starts talking about it, it's pretty legit. It's in manufacturing somewhere. And Nintendo wants it to land this year. So we'll see if that happens. It might not land this year. Remember, Nintendo wanting it to land this year is not the same as it actually is coming this year. So we might go this whole year without a price drop, without a different system. But it's possible that a Switch Mini is going to land in 2019 in time for Pokemon. And I think that's what the Pokemon Company wants. And I think Nintendo is all about pleasing that Pokemon Company. After all, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee just sold 10 million. They definitely want to make sure that one of the best-selling games on their platform in Gen 8 Pokemon coming out here, that the people making it are going to be very, very happy about having a price point entry that's going to be able to reach even more consumers. The good news, obviously, though, is if you currently own a Switch, it doesn't sound like the Switch Mini is really going to be making you need to replace your current Switch. So that is good news for current owners that maybe thought a Pro might be landing a bit too soon. That being said, I am Nathaniel Rufflejans from Nintendo Prime. And oh man, be sure to enter our Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate giveaway bundle through the Gleam.io link down in the description. And you know what, folks? Let me know your thoughts on these couple of rumors here about the service, what you want that service to be, and about the Switch Mini, and your thoughts on what that could be. Anyways, I'll catch all you guys in the next one.